will score. Without Firmino and Salah, I thought, well, maybe they aren't going to be able to do that. But they did. They did. In many respects, I thought they actually played better in Barcelona than they played here, but that's football.
You want to see the famous smile? Here it comes.
You're going to have like 1,000 questions to ask you, but I'll just keep it simple. What happened there tonight outside?
Easy answer, I don't know. I don't know, it was just so special. I'm still completely overwhelmed, it's still completely... it still feels like impossible, but the boys did it. We knew before the game, and I really tried to be always honest with the boys in preparation for a game, and I said before the game, I actually would say it's impossible, but because it's you, I think we have a proper chance, and the boys went for it. Look, it's not about tactics, it's not about all this stuff. It's about what the boys do and about how much effort they put in and the heart. And these boys are mentality giants, nothing else. That's how it is. Being really in these difficult situations, getting knocks over the years, and even in this season, playing a season like we play, and still maybe only second in the league. But what the boys make of all these things, they just focus on the game and go for it. We all know how big the dreams of this club are, and these boys try with all they have to fulfill these dreams, and so it's really special.
We were talking to Genie just a minute ago, and he was talking about the fact that you showed them a clips of the Dortmund game and how you played against Real Madrid, and that it is possible, and that you made them believe. That's what he said.
I told them about the Dortmund game, and actually Oli Kirch, I spoke about, sent me a message today and told me what I said in the meeting that time, because I don't know it anymore. I didn't use it, but it just gave me as well the feeling, okay, it's possible. And yeah, what can I say? That night in Dortmund was really special because the relationship between the players and the crowd, a lot of things were possible there. Tonight it was a relationship between the players and the crowd, how they pushed each other and stuff like that, that makes things like this possible. And yeah, how I say, yeah, I'm of course really proud.
Well, it was all made possible by that hard work and determination and the quick thinking of a 20-year-old Englishman to take a very fast corner.
The fourth goal is, if you see that goal in an under 14 or under 15 match, you would say the kids are sleeping. The kids, they have no mentality to play football. The kids, they have to learn the basic things of the game. But we are speaking about the best players in the world, and to concede that goal really shows you a state of mind. I think at half time I told if Liverpool score a second goal, the atmosphere will be very difficult to cope with. And the atmosphere is very difficult to cope with, especially when Liverpool attacks to that end, which is their end, is the way, is the goal where they love to finish matches and they love to attack in the second halves. But Barcelona has some of the best players in the world. Is their natural habitat to play at that level? Is their natural habitat to play Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Champions League final, Champions League semi-final, every season is something that is so difficult for me to explain. It's so difficult for me to believe that my team is winning 3-0 in the first leg and we are going to lose in the second leg 4-0. It's so difficult for me to believe, but I'm not free. I'm not free that in the future something happened to my team. But how to justify that is very difficult to justify. I would like to see Valverde trying to explain, but I still believe that will be very difficult for him to explain.
It was. We talked about it also in that moment. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We first thought that maybe they did it on purpose. Then we think it was just because he was clever enough to see it. Whatever it was brilliant. and like he says, for Barcelona players to just
concentration.
But the funny thing was, Shaqiri did the same because he was walking around just to take that corner.
Yeah.
So can you imagine how quick he reacted on that? And you know, to end up with a goal like that is fantastic.
Just going back to the Klopp interview.
Yes.
I don't see how anybody cannot like Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp didn't come on and say, I'm brilliant. Tactically, I knew we could do it. He says, I don't know. Ask the players to run around, give Everton commitment. And he's honest. You know, a lot of managers would say, well, I planned it. I planned to do this, and tactically this is what we did, and this is what we did. He said, I just told the boys to go for it, have belief and determination. Fantastic.
No. It's not that simple, no, of course. But
No,
him himself is not the one who should say that. And
Yeah.
he did.
But there's no one who can say, nobody, I'm not talking about him, who can say tactically Liverpool did what they did tactically to beat them. Because when all of a sudden you have to make the two changes before the game because the two strikers aren't playing, then when Wijnaldum comes on, when we're saying, oh, isn't that a shame, he should have kept on. And I'm sure that he would have wanted Robertson to come on, he would not have made that substitution. So I don't think anybody can say, oh yes, he knew what he was doing tactically in that game. Yes, they have to have tactics, but it was about effort.
Look, you have a plan, okay? And the plan was not to...
How they respond. Did they have a hope even with them? But it shows the togetherness and the spirit they have. So as much as you look at the quality of a team and you look at the way they play and how good they are, that counts for so much. The togetherness and the belief and the desire and the never say die attitude. And it was chalk and cheese. Forget quality and forget Barcelona didn't play well. But if the boot was on the other foot, at least you would have expected the players, the Barcelona players, to run around and try, even though they couldn't play. And that's what Liverpool had. And the fans drove them on. That's what they have. And we talk about the quality in midfield, and Ruud was talking about it, to get more players to score more goals and be more creative. However, well, my brother-in-law, who's an Evertonian, I can tell you, he will be worse than the person in production here, let me tell you.
Of the ex-Liverpool players.
That is why I, forget about, I think for neutrals, and there's this theory going on around about people don't want Liverpool to win. If Liverpool was an arrogant team, if the Klopp was an arrogant manager, you can understand why people may hate them, but they're not. They're humble, they work hard for each other, they don't have a superior attitude, all of the players are on the same level. Klopp works hard, he doesn't say how great we are, he just works. I can't see how neutrals can't appreciate. Take that red shirt off, forget that they're called Liverpool, and look at the effort, commitment and belief and desire and humility of those players.
I agree with that.
You have to appreciate it.
I agree. And I'm curious if Ferdinand and Lineker will jump.
And Neville.
Jump because you need to. You need to applaud this. Even though, you were enemies when you were playing, you need to applaud this. It is unbelievable what they had achieved, and everybody.
And the way they achieved it.
Well, against
even my friends on the telephone, they say unbelievable because now the Ajax boys they think, hey, if they can do it, but Tottenham is a different team.
Yeah,
it's different.
We'll get on to that in a minute. For Liverpool, it's been a night. Jose Mourinho, his thoughts on a stunning victory for Klopp.
But I have to say that for me, this remontada has one name, Jurgen. I think this is not about tactics, this is not about philosophy, this is about heart and soul and fantastic empathy that he created with that group of players. They had the risk of finishing a fantastic season without nothing to celebrate. And now they are one step from being European champions. And I think Jurgen deserves, because, the work they are doing in Liverpool is fantastic, but I think this is about him. This is the reflection of his personality, don't give up, a fighting spirit, every player giving everything, miss one player, he's not crying because he's missing a player. He's not crying because they are playing 50 or 60 matches per season. Other coaches in other leagues, they are crying and say that their players, they play too many matches when they play 30 or 35 matches. Everything, I think, today is about Jurgen's mentality.
It was stunning
huge
stuff.
Compliment.
Well, it is coming from.
But he's right in what he says, because I'm obviously involved with the club, and everything around the club is about Jurgen Klopp. The philosophy, the way they play, the determination they have, the humility they have. Because, as I said, they don't strut around like superstars. They're big players, even Salah himself, but they play for the team. They're real team players. You look at Mane today running around, and they do this in every game. If they're playing Swindon Town, in a friendly, that is what he demands from them, and that's what they give you.
Massive positivity, and that has won the day at Anfield tonight. They have beaten Barcelona and somehow got through to the final of the Champions League. That's how they did it. More from Ruud and this man next.
We managed to score 4 goals and not concede, so that's what happened. So yeah, I'm still like, you know, I'm still trying to realize what just happened. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I don't even have the words to explain.
I'm not sure I do either.
No, and no one expected that this will happen. We as a team had the confidence that it could happen. The funny thing is, after the game, I said, you know, I think we can manage to score goals and not to concede. And another funny thing is that the manager was full of confidence, the way he acted.
After the game last week?
Yeah. Yeah, he told us to watch the game back from Dortmund against Real Madrid, where they also had to score 4, but they scored 2, but they could win the game with more than 4-0. But obviously I didn't look the game, but
Doesn't matter.
No, but he was full of confidence. So yeah, I think that helped also to give the players confidence.
Of course, you came on at half-time. What was the message? What was the feeling when you came on for Andrew Robertson?
To be fair, I was a little bit angry and disappointed at the manager.
Maybe that helped.
Yeah, maybe it does. We don't know, but you know, he just turned things around with your secret weapon. That's what he said when I came in, and you know, you just trying to help your team, trying to work as hard as possible. And I was lucky that I scored 2 goals, would help the team get more confidence in the game. And I'm happy that Divock scored a goal because it was really tough at the end.
The winning goal, the goal that makes it 4, do you remember what happened? Because when we've watched it back on the replay, it's unbelievable from Trent Alexander-Arnold spotting the quick corner. Yeah. Is that something from the training ground, or is that just him reacting to a moment?
Him reacting to the moment, and also that what the manager said, if we can play quick, we have to do it. And yeah, I didn't know what the Barca players were doing, but Divock was totally free. Trent just put the ball across it, and Divock scored.
Another Champions League final for Liverpool.
Yeah. How much is this? How many they play? Like 7, 8?
I think this is number 8.
Oh, that's a lot, huh?
But 2 in 2 seasons is, for you and for the team, an incredible achievement.
It is, and we work really hard for it from the beginning of the season. Basically, already from when I came in, we worked really hard. Even before that, because they play a EuroLeague final. But it's time to win it now. So let's hope we can do it.
You'd prefer Ajax, though, wouldn't you?
Doesn't matter for me.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? We will see.
Gini, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a night for him.